Want to learn Greek anywhere, anytime? Get the Innovative Language 101 app for free.
Hi everybody, Stefania here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Greek questions. The question for this lesson is, why do some words sound different from the way they are written? Each letter in Greek has its own unique sound. So once you know all the letter sounds, plus the pronunciation of a few specific letter combinations, you should be able to read any word correctly. However, some words might sound slightly different from the way they are written due to a phonological phenomenon called assimilation. With assimilation, a sound within a word or between words is modified slightly to become more like the next sound. For example, in English, 10 boats in casual and rapid speech sounds like 10 boats. Let's go into more detail. First, let's see some assimilation cases that are compulsory, so you'll hear them from everyone and in any kind of speech, casual or formal. The first is the S sound that becomes a Z sound before a voiced consonant, either between two words or within a word. Voiced consonants are the ones that, when pronounced, create a vibration in your vocal cords. Those are vita, gamma, delta, zeta, lambda, mi, ni, ro, z, b, d, g, and g. Listen to the Z sound of the sigma in these examples. Svino, to erase, and tizois, zois. The letters lambda and ni are an exception and usually never affect a preceding sigma, for example, snob and slavikos, Slavic. However, between word boundaries, there might be an optional assimilation of lambda. For example, psilos lophos without assimilation can also be pronounced with assimilation. Psilos lophos. Here are some sample sentences. Έχω σγουρά μαλλιά. I have curly hair. Το κορίτσι παίζει με μια σβούρα. The girl is playing with a spinning top. Next, let's see some special consonant clusters that begin with the letter gamma and how this gets assimilated. Those are gamma xi, gamma chi, and gamma kappa taf. In these clusters, gamma is always pronounced like an N sound. Otherwise, the words that include them would be difficult to articulate. For example, έλεγξα, I checked. Melancholia, melancholy, and anexέλεγκτος, uncontrollable. Next, we'll see cases where letters get silenced rather than changed. This is what happens when two identical consonants are next to each other. For example, θάλασσα, sea. We pronounce the double sigma as if it were only one. The only exception here is the double gamma that produces a g, ng, or ng sound. Another silent letter is the P in the cluster mi, pi, taf. This is optional though. So some people, usually in formal speech, pronounce it and say pempti, Thursday, for example, while others say pempti. Here are some sample sentences. Η δουλειά του προκαλεί άγχος. His job stresses him. Ο ελεγκτής ελέγχει τα εισιτήρια των επιβατών. The inspector is checking the tickets of the passengers. Other optional assimilation cases happen in word boundaries between a word that ends in ni and the word that follows. Such assimilation is common in casual speech, but avoided in formal speech as it doesn't sound sophisticated. If a word that begins with kappa, pi, taf, xi, psi, ts, or z comes after a word that ends in ni, then the ni might be silenced, changing these letters into a g, b, d, gz, bz, and z sound accordingly. For example, ton kurea, the barber, might sound like to gurea. Tin patata, την batata, the potato. Ton tamia, to damia, the cashier. Then xino, the xino, I'm not scratching. San psari, sa bzari, like a fish. Ton tsibise, to dzibise, she pinched him. Tin jazz, ti jazz, the jazz. With P, the final ni may also sound like a mi. For example, tin patata or tin batata, the potato. Here are some sample sentences. Μην αγγίζεις την γκάμπια. Don't touch the caterpillar. Πηγαίνω στην τράπεζα μία φορά τον μήνα. I go to the bank once a month. Lastly, the final ni might also be silenced before words that begin with a G, B, or D sound without affecting the next word. Δεν γκρινιάζω, I don't nag, δεν γκρινιάζω. Τον μπαμπά, the dad, το μπαμπά, or even τον μπαμπά. Την dada, the nanny, τη dada. For more information on assimilation and Greek pronunciation in general, check out our Ultimate Greek Pronunciation Guide video series on GreekPod101.com. How was the lesson? Pretty interesting, right? Do you have any more questions?